man is the author of all disasters. But why do we forget? We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. Damn, just a three-letter word, but the havoc it plays with the environment can't be imagined even in the wildest dreams. Since the beginning of the 20th century, attempts have been made to dam the rivers of India and have been quite successful too, but in deteriorating the already calamity-prone regions of the country. And the state of Assam gets the worst hit by such dam failures. Today, as we go about solving the case study, we present to you real-life applicable solutions aimed to save lives. We have realized that be it communicable or non-communicable diseases, malnutrition, psychological disorders or social well-being, the impact on human lives is multifarious. So join us on this odyssey as we aim to care for the health of our fellow Indians. The Assam Disaster Management Authority says, quote, "The economy of Assam continues to be predominantly agrarian," unquote. River water brings with itself great amount of nourishment for the crops downstream. However, due to the construction of dam, these nourishments often form a layer on the reservoir bed, causing sedimentation. This not only makes the crops devoid of good nourishment, but also poses a huge risk of dam failure by decreasing the capacity of the reservoir bed. As a result, sedimentation is a huge issue to be resolved. We, the Team Green Squad, present an infrastructural rectification for the same by installment of sluice gates. As shown in the picture, each sluice gate weighs as much as a bus and requires a piston, hydraulic piston, to lift it up. But if installed, these sluice gates can be opened up regularly after 1 or 2 days to allow the river water to flow through them and take sediments along with it to the downstream areas. As a result, the dam failure risks are lessened and also the farmers get happy and healthy by the nourishment for their crops.
One of the most immediate impacts of this dam failure in Assam is the fall in water quality. One of the major reasons behind this fall is erosion along with landslides. The area around the river is hotspot for earthquakes, making the nearby region highly prone to landslides. This is further aggravated by the high eroding capacity of the river. This leads to decrease in quality of water and increased water pollution. Solutions proposed by the Green Squad for prevention of after effects of landslide and earthquakes are: for earthquakes, first, anchoring home of its foundation. Second, branching the cripple wall. Third, retrofitting the soft stories. Fourth, installing shear walls. Now for landslides. The major reason behind landslides is water infiltration and consequent increase in pore pressure during heavy rains. The natural way of prevention of this situation is infiltration reduction and allowing excess water to move down without hindrance. Therefore, the first and foremost mitigation measure is drainage correction. Few other methods which can be implemented are proper drainage to dispose the household water, and cultivation of paddy should be stopped as it increases the infiltration rate.
For the control of disease spread and promotion of public health in Assam, our team has come up with certain strategies which include a holistic development of the catchment areas, which would not only provide a sustainable way for flood control, but if combined with food elevation techniques, can even open up opportunities for food security. Secondly, the use of technologies like potlow toilets, rapid latrine kits, etc. can be used not only during the time of floods but on a regular basis as a preventive measure. This can be enhanced by the setting up of the biogas plants, which can not only serve as a sink for human excreta but also meet energy demands during the time of crisis. Moreover, there must be proper segregation between the pipelines carrying sewage water and the household waters so that during the time of floods, mixing of these two waters can be prevented. This can be supported by sustainable drainage system development. Furthermore, during the time of floods, in order to control the spread of vector-borne diseases, immediate healthcare assessment along with environmental sanitation and proper management of the dead bodies should be ensured. Lastly, for water purification, purification techniques like solar purification should be used.
A central point of the damage mitigation strategy that has been adopted by the Assam government is the embankment policy. This embankment policy was developed in late 1950s to control flooding that could possibly result out of a natural cause. But in the case of dam failure, it results out of a man-made cause. The dam failure can lead to flooding of low-lying regions and in a way displaced people. This indirectly would lead to the spread of communicable diseases, especially in a time like those of COVID. One of the possible solutions to this problem is the development of floodplains. Floodplains are basically relatively flat pieces of land that are located adjacent to the water bodies or water holding man-made structures. Floodplains can be effective controllers of the flooding water, and in fact trees can be planted in the region so as to increase the capability of floodplains to hold soil. This would in fact mitigate the damage that could possibly result out of massive flooding. The second solution that can be proposed for this problem is the resettlement of the people. Although yes, it's true that it is not a very appreciable solution, but still when the need of a dam becomes very imminent to the region, then this becomes a necessity.
The solutions proposed by the Green Squad are multidisciplinary in nature, and hence an integrated and well-planned strategy is necessary for the implementation. Sedimentation control can be resolved via landslide and earthquake mitigation, as the implementation would reduce the risks of worsening conditions in future. Water control measures should be adopted, together with greener routes including watershed management. Check dam methods helps provide validation to check damming in a region is possible or not. Collaborative efforts on behalf of non-profit organizations is important for the success of the solutions. The role of local people is very important for the success of the solutions. Change in lifestyle of local people should accompany all the solutions proposed. People at the local levels need to come up with their traditional practices, and scientists need to put forth their advancing technologies together to establish the goals that are set in order to face this problem and make the plan proposed a fruitful one.
The responsibility to care for Mother Earth lies on us. Let our religion be each other. Let our practice be our life.
Let earth be a temple, let forest be a church.
Let rivers, lakes, and oceans be the holy water. Let life be our teacher.
Let self-knowledge be the wisdom. Let love be the center of our being.